If you want the best performing PC around the $2,000-ish budget, then you came to the right place. I will show you the best PC build around this price point that will allow you to play at 1080p max settings, 1440p ultra, or 4K high to ultra settings without any issues. And of course, if you want to play easy to run esports titles, you can expect very high FPS. I also made sure that every component is compatible with each other. That way you avoid any bottlenecks, low FPS, or any stutters. And I will tell you the exact level of performance that you can expect in different type of games. You can find the link to this PC down below in the video description with the latest pricing and availability in your region. My name is Valentino. That being said, let's start. First, let's start by talking about the CPU. Here I went with the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. This is the fastest CPU in the entire market for gaming and will allow you to play high CPU demanding games at very high frame rates. Most importantly, if you want to play esports shooters, which demand more of your CPU, you will be able to max out any monitor refresh rate. So if you want a 1080p monitor, you can max out a 540Hz refresh rate display, or if you have a 1440p one, you can max out a 480Hz one. Then of course, if you want to play at 4K, you can max out a 240Hz monitor. Now, not only that, but alongside the CPU, you get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is going to be amazing to cool down this fastest gaming CPU in the market. It looks amazing, it's from Cooler Master, so it's very good quality. And then another one of the most important components for gaming is the graphics card. And here I went with the NVIDIA RTX 5070 Ti. Now, the 5070 Ti is one of the fastest graphics cards in the entire market, and you can play at any resolution. Now, my recommended resolution for you is going to be 1440p, since the 5070 Ti is designed to play any game that you want at 1440p ultra settings, even in the most high demanding titles. In fact, you can expect over 130 plus FPS on average in these type of games, high to ultra settings. If you have a 1080p monitor, you can expect even higher frame rates, so you will get very high FPS at 1080p as well. But honestly, you can get away with cheaper graphics cards if you just want to play at 1080p. And then at 4K, you can expect over 80 FPS on average in high to ultra settings, high demanding games, which is a very nice performance. And of course, you have DLSS, which is the upscaler from NVIDIA. So if you play with DLSS quality or balanced or performance, at 4K, you can expect even higher frame rates. Now, for the rest of the components, you get 2TB of Gen 4 SSD, which is plenty of storage. And if you ever need more storage, you can always add more. But 2TB is plenty of storage. And then you get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is amazing not only for gaming, but also for content creation and streaming, or just any productivity task. You get a premium motherboard with plenty of features, and Wi-Fi included, of course. And then you get plenty of airflow, because for the case, I went with the Monte King 65 Pro. This is one of the best price to performance cases in my opinion. Plenty of airflow, great aesthetics, and most importantly, the CPU and GPU temps are going to be perfectly fine. Last but not least, you get an 850 watt power supply that's A tier rated, which is going to be needed for a premium quality build like this one. Now, the price for this PC by the time of filming is $2,060, but it might be cheaper when you're watching this, because when I was searching for the components for this system, the 5070 Ti was going for $830. Unfortunately, as of right now, it's going for 900 USD, but if you see it for $830, the total price for this system will be around 2,000, or it might be even cheaper depending on when you're watching this video. So remember that the latest prices will be down below, and I will leave the best priced 5070 Ti at the moment. However, if you want to spend less than 2,000 and you want very similar performance, I recommend you downgrading the CPU from the Ryzen 7 9800X3D to the Ryzen 7 7800X3D. This is last generation's fastest CPU in the market for gaming, and trust me, it's still very fast, and you can max out any monitor refresh rate as well. Again, this is one of the fastest CPUs in the market, and if you play esports shooters or you play high CPU demanding titles, you will not be disappointed with the level of performance that you're getting. In fact, you will achieve very high frame rates at 1080p in esports games or 1440p resolution. By making this downgrade, you save around $100, so the total price for this system will be $1,960 by the time of filming, but it might be around 1,900 USD if you can find the 5070 Ti for around 800 USD. So it's safe to say that for around $2,000, you are getting a high-end PC that can play any game at any resolution basically. And if you want a pre-built PC instead, because you don't want to build one yourself, then I recommend you watching my video on the best pre-built PCs of the month for every budget and every resolution. You can find that video in the top right corner of the screen. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.